Hi guys, I'm Jen. Welcome to Be Set Free. Thanks for clicking on the video and being with me here today. So I wanted to talk about when we're making change in our life and it just seems like there are barriers within ourselves that we keep running against. We keep running against this wall where we know the right thing to do, we know the next step to take, or maybe we just know the direction we want to go, but we have a hard time finding within ourselves the ability to work past what feels like a wall inside, right? That can be so frustrating. And I kind of want to explain what's happening in the mind when this happens, because once we know what's happening in our mind, then we don't feel so crazy. Then we don't feel so defeated. Then we can know how to counteract what's happening inside our mind and how to move through that barrier to what we want, to the next level. So how the brain works is the brain always wants to keep us safe, right? The brain works with patterns and predictability, and the brain takes the information from things that have happened to us and makes a pattern of it. Whether those things that have happened to us or for us or our experience in life has been positive or negative, the brain doesn't care. The brain just knows it happened. This is what happened. This is how you reacted, and this is how you survived that situation. That can be defeating. Well, let me say first, that can be very helpful when we're doing things and having experiences that are successful, because our brain will tell our consciousness, from the subconscious to the conscious, it'll support us in keeping on doing those positive things, right? It'll release hormones in us when we're doing things that we've had success at in the past, and we'll tell our conscious thoughts, do this again. That was good. That was safe. You survived. Do that again. And we will feel good, and we'll have happy hormones, and we will be energized and motivated. Now, it happens when we go through experiences that are horrible, that are hard, that are unsuccessful. We're still here, so we survived. The brain doesn't care if it was a good thing or not for us. All the brain knows is this happened to you. This is how you got through it, and we need to keep doing that thing. The thing that we emotionally know is this horrible thing happened. We got through it and it was horrible, and we want to make a change. But our brain wants us to go back to the predictable pattern that it already knows. It wants to protect us and says, you got through that thing. This is how you do it. This is how you did it. Let's do it again. It's predictable. The brain is kind of like a computer. It doesn't have an emotion attached to the circumstance. It's a whole different area. And for you, those of you that are technical and know the parts of the brain that take care of emotions and take care of logic and you can write that in the comment to fill in my blank there. But what I want to talk about today is when we want to make a change and our brain is fighting us, right? So I want to tell you a story of my daughter this week, her experience. And so you can relate it to your experiences and then see how she was able to overcome her pattern and get a success story out of her stress. So this is my story, and I hope this helps you so much. So my children have been out of school for the past year and a half, actually 1 year, 6 months, and 2 days to the day, because of this thing that's happening in the world right now, right? They closed the schools, and in our particular area, they've been closed for in-person learning this whole time. School was finally opening up for in-person learning this Monday, today is Wednesday, so 3 days ago, right? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. My kids got all ready for school. They got they went through the whole anxiety of being in-person learning and seeing their friends again and having to navigate in-person dynamics with people at school, being in a whole new grade level. From when they, actually 2 grade levels from when they went to school last. It's a big change from elementary, or let's say it's a big change from like 6th grade to 8th grade. That's a big change from 7th grade to 9th grade, from 8th grade to 10th grade. It's a big change. So they've navigated all those emotions. Monday morning comes, they're getting ready for school, and school got canceled. School got canceled due to smoke, hazardous smoke in our area. And my kids, the one daughter I'm going to tell you about, she was devastated. We had all this emotion leading up. She had all this processing leading up. Her brain was remembering when suddenly she was getting ready for school a year and a half ago, and the government said, no, you can't go to school. You can go to school in 2 weeks. And then 2 weeks comes and goes and she's ready for school. And no, you can't go to school this week. You can go to school next week. Next week comes and goes and they say, no, maybe in a month you can go to school. So her brain is remembering this pattern of, I'm going to tell you, you're going to learn that when you're told you can go to school, actually what's going to happen is they're going to tell you you can't. And it was extremely devastating for all my children. The same thing happens Tuesday, yesterday. Looks like everything's going to be okay. We're going to go to school. The air quality is not in the 300 range. They said if the air quality is in the 300 range or more, you can't go to school. But if it's 299 or less, you can go to school. So all my kids are checking the air quality. They're getting all ready to go to school. It's about 20 minutes before we're going to leave. Guess what? They cancel school. More devastation, more pattern, more reinforcing the pattern of what happened that I just explained. This morning, my kids reluctantly get up to go to their first day of in-person school for a year and a half. They reluctantly get up instead of excitedly get up. Their brain tells them this is going to happen again. Logic tells them, I'm going to get ready. I'm going to be excited. They're going to cancel school. Nobody's excited to get up. Nobody believes me when I say it's time to get up for school. They get up reluctantly. They get ready. I tell them school's really happening, guys. And it did. It really happened finally for the first time in a year and a half of not being in school. But what happened was one of my daughters, her brain couldn't make the shift from, I'm going to tell you can go to school, you're going to get ready, and they're going to cancel it. And she freaked out, right? Understandably. Lots of stress, lots of anxiety, lots of fear coming out as anger, confusion, not being able to get dressed for her day, and she's a tween, she's a preteen. She can do these things, lashing out, fighting. What was happening was her brain was remembering the pattern is you be told you're going to go to school, you get ready to go, you get excited, and you're told no, and you can't go. And that's the predictable pattern. That's what we're doing. That's what is safe. That's what the brain is telling her consciously or subconsciously. That's what the brain is doing. And the pattern is now shifting, and it's keeping her from being able to consciously move past it into what she really wants, which is to go to school. Guys, this is what happens to us when we want to make a healthy change in our life. And maybe we're even presented with opportunity to make that change. We're presented with everything we've been wanting, everything we've been praying for, everything we've been asking for, or maybe even just a glimpse of it. And all we have to do is step into it. All we have to do is make that choice and go grab that opportunity. And we feel devastated. We feel like a fish out of water. We feel like we need to go run and hide. We feel like we don't have the strength to go do it. We feel like our brain shuts down and we just can't. We feel anxiety, depression, anxiety. We feel all sorts of different emotions, right? Maybe even anger and rage. And if we're aware and we start analyzing how we're feeling, we can't figure out why, and we think we're broken. Friends, you're not broken, and there's a reason why. Your brain is trying to protect you by keeping you in a familiar pattern, even if that pattern is bad for you. The brain doesn't know if it's good or bad for you. It doesn't care. It's just trying to keep you in a familiar pattern. When you know this secret to your brain, and this is what I told my daughter, I told her this, and I said, the cool thing is that once you know this secret, right, you can tell your brain, whether you say it out loud or you think it, this is a new pattern that I'm making, and I know you want to keep me safe, but I'm making a new way because this is going to be better for us, and we're going to make a new experience today, and we're going to go do this thing. And you get ready for school, you go grab that opportunity, whatever it is for you, you make those plans, and you follow through with them. You call that person, you create that business, whatever it is for you, you leave that relationship, or you go and search apartments or houses for rent, or maybe it's time for you to buy a house. You feel scared. You do it anyway. And you know that those anxious feelings you're feeling, these horrible feelings you're feeling, that it's just your brain trying to keep you safe, and you're going to be okay, and it's time to make the changes. Okay? So that's what I did. I told my daughter that. I said, these are the feelings you're having. It's understandable completely, but look, the opportunity you've been wanting, which is to go to school, has now arrived. Okay? You're feeling anxious because of everything I just explained, and it's time for you to create a new way, and to actually really for realsies, go get ready for school. And I was so proud of her, like she did it. And she listened and gained that wisdom and didn't feel so bad for feeling so bad when it didn't make sense. Now she understood why she felt that way. And she went to school, and hopefully she's having a great day today, But anyways, I hope this helps you. As always, feel free to comment in the comments. You're more than welcome to reach out to me at besetfreefromabuse@gmail.com. No spaces, no capitals. I have a Facebook group, I have a private group, and I have a public group. If you're interested in either of those, feel free to say, hey, I'm interested, and I'll put the link out there. And I hope you have a great day, and I'll talk to you very soon. Bye for now.